Hello and welcome to the great 30-day depression challenge. And today I said that I was, or yesterday I said that I was going to start focusing on some of the practical things that you could do if you found yourself in slow. But overnight I've actually had quite a bit of feedback from the video that I made yesterday and asking for more clarification, for more pointers on for what to do if you're in the state of fast. I did mention that I was contemplating doing a full webinar on this topic, but going on the request that I've had overnight, it's probably important that I actually explore it a little bit further here today. So today is going to be day 2 around practical things that you can do if you find yourself in the state of fast. Well, the critical thing to do really is to reduce stimulation. You're dealing with a situation where you are hyper-stimulated. You're absolutely, everything is either extremely excited, very positive, very happy, jump, 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 everything's good, or else you're very angry with everything around you, and there's a sense of total hostility within yourself against everything in your environment. So the first thing that you want to do, or other than the things we talked about yesterday, the next thing you want to do is just really have a good look at what stimulation you're suffering at the moment. So what kind of stimulation is actually going on in your environment. Now this will include obviously your husband or partner, it'll include children, it'll include workmates, all that type of thing. Now some of this you don't get an awful lot of choice over, however you do get a lot of choice over it, because what you can do is you can actually reduce the effect that the stimulation is having on you. So it's difficult to actually get away from a 3-year-old who's around your ankles all the time or something along those lines. However, what you can do is you can create conditions where you can put together a little bit of separation between yourself and the busyness, so you can observe the busyness actually going on. But at all costs you need to actually reduce the amount of stimulation. So whether that means taking a cup of tea outside and just sitting on your own for 10 minutes or something like that. But you need to have these breaks. You need to be able to actually give yourself an opportunity to recollect yourself. And particularly at that moment, what you need to be doing, what you want to be doing, is actually waking up, so that while you're in this this place of recollecting, you want to wake up and actually observe what's happening. Now, the second idea might seem perfectly obvious to you as well, and that's to reconnect to nature. So take your shoes off, walk on the grass, go outside, have a look at a tree. If you're a person who likes doing the gardening or that type of thing, well, go out and deal with some weeds or something practical like that, where you're actually in touch with the earth and you're in touch with the the habitat, the actual natural habitat around you particularly. And what I've found very, very useful is to actually connect to trees. So I can sit and perhaps when I'm having my 10 minutes off where I'm recollecting myself, is I can have a look at the trees and just feel the age of the trees and the experiences that have gone past them. So they've been sitting there passively sat in the ground, in the soil, and yet all of this life has gone past them. So on this property where I'm living, you can't see any of them actually in this shot of the video, but directly up behind the video, which is not very helpful, I know, are some absolutely wonderful old trees, and they would be at least 80 years old, if not older, and beautiful big Australian eucalyptus trees. And what things have they seen go past them? How can I actually tune into the wisdom of these trees and actually understand that these stresses and things do pass, because the tree is here, he's still here 80 years later. All of the stresses that have been going on in the natural world, the human world, like there's a lot of stress in the natural world here in Australia. These trees see a lot of forest fire and that type of thing, and so there's a lot of real stress in their lives, and yet the trees are just standing here. They're standing here contemplating and being able to actually take on the consciousness that they're a party to. So connect to nature, connect to if at all possible some sort of aspect of a natural type of expression of the natural world, but do that and it will really help. The next thing to pick up on here is that the experience of stimulation that you're getting might not be what another person would view you of. So what on earth does that mean? What it means is that another person who might be quite awake and quite collected, and they'll look at you and they'll see you absolutely spinning out and turning into this completely fast individual, and they'll say, what on earth are they reacting in this way for? Why are they reacting in this way? And what you need to recognize is that your level of what is stressful is not going to be the same level of what another person finds stressful. And we will talk a bit more about this in a much later video, or perhaps on a webinar, is that there are many factors which will come in which will increase the apparent level of stress in your life. So this is particularly important if you're in a situation where loved ones, people around you, are also in the cycle. And indeed, if you're somebody who tends to go deeply into these types of cycles, or at least into one or other of the phases of the cycle, then it is extremely likely that other family members will also be in the cycle. And what it means is that as you're waking up now, as you're watching these videos, and as you're waking up, you're beginning to see how your own stress levels are not objective. They're not objective stress levels. They are the stress levels that create the kind of changes that we're talking about, these fast changes within yourself. You need to actually recognize that your own stress levels and what's happening with your own speed, this fast, how fast you are, is going to be having a massive impact on the people who are around you, and will be providing all kinds of stress to them as well. So as you begin to wake up, you can watch where you are in the cycle, you can watch where everybody else is in the cycle, and you can begin to actually monitor and adapt and adjust your appreciation, your understanding of where everybody else is. So you can see them, they're in fast, and it's not likely that they're actually understanding just what's happening with the stresses, and they're going to be finding the stresses around them to be either absolutely enormous, or they don't even, they're not even aware of these stresses. So that's the other possible thing that can be happening when you're in fast. So what I'm trying to say here in this point is that by the waking up process, you're going to be able to recognize the impact of your own stress and your own speed, your fastness, on everybody else. But equally, you'll be able to see how their stress is their stress, their speed is their speed, and it's not anything to do with an objective scale. It's not somebody on high looking down and saying, you person over here, you should be feeling this much stress, and so therefore it's okay for you to be this fast. And it doesn't work like this at all. How it works is that you have your own way of actually controlling the volume on the actual threshold of this of the stimulation. So just be aware of the stimulation. Stimulation is a really key part to what we're talking about here. Okay, so those were the main points that I wanted to talk about to finish off the subject of fast and the practical things that you can do. As I say, it is a huge topic, and such a huge topic that we will cover it off in a full webinar, so it'll be an hour of talking, and we'll do questions and answers and that type of thing in amongst it as well. So I look forward to that in the future, and I hope you look forward to it as well. In the meantime, please like and share these videos. Share them as widely as you possibly can with people that you know, and subscribe to my channel on YouTube if that's how you're seeing this video. And I look forward to serving you in the future. So thanks for watching. Bye.